Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you can see more videos on prepping like this. I just really quickly wanted to make a video, actually sitting here in bed getting ready to fall asleep, and I just had a few thoughts I wanted to get out. This is going to be a video, not fear-mongering, just a nice calm video on how to responsibly, rationally prepare for the next coming event. So if you're a new prepper, and you just started stumbling upon these prepping videos, you probably see titles like Prepare Now for a CME, Prepare Now for civil unrest, Prepare Now for food shortages, Prepare Now for a massive tidal wave, nuclear radiation, World War III, and so on and so forth. I mean, you don't know what in the world to prepare for because it's coming in from all angles and it's probably overwhelming. I can even get to the point sometimes where I feel overwhelmed. Like, what should I actually be preparing for first? What should I be preparing for now? And so I kind of just wanted to talk about calmly, rationally, and responsibly preparing for the next event. And if you watch the news at all, or maybe you don't watch the news, like me, I try to avoid it at all costs, you'll maybe open your Google feed and you'll see some article about the president saying that there's a probability of shutdowns due to this Delta variant. And you're kind of seeing it all over the place. You see articles about the cases spiking and although the deaths aren't spiking, the cases are spiking, and it's getting worse, and possibility of new shutdowns, and now the people who got the shot have to wear their masks again because they're spreading it, and all this stuff coming out. Kind of foresee, I mean, you should be able to foresee by now, we're probably going to have another shutdown. I'm thinking maybe mid-August, late August, early September. So anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks we will have a shutdown. That's my prediction, and that's because kids are going back to school, and apparently, I'm sure I read somewhere, I can't remember where, the kids can spread it easier, this new variant. So kids going back to school, and you know how they touch stuff and put their hands in their mouth and pick their noses and do all that other stuff that kids do to raise their immune systems. Apparently, what I think is that they're going to be spreaders, and it's going to go out of control, and we're going to have another lockdown. And where I worry about this next lockdown is that with our last president, the governors of each state were given control, and they were given the say-so whether, how long they locked down, the mandates, that kind of thing, mask mandates. The governors were given control. What I worry about this time is that it winds up being a nationwide thing, and that the governors aren't given their individual powers to decide what they want to do for their state, and it's just mandated through the entire United States. If that is not the case, and it's state by state, I am very, very thankful to live in Florida, home of the free. I believe that DeSantis will do us right like he always has, and we will not be under these lockdowns. But if that is not the case, what I am preparing myself for, and what I'm asking you to responsibly prepare for, is a couple things. So if we get locked down, one, if you're not working from home or have the ability to work from home, you will probably be out of work. Will we have these unemployment benefits again? Don't know. Could be living on a standard unemployment rate, which is usually pretty low in Florida. It's $2.75 a week, which is not even a livable wage for anyone. So you'll either be out of work, furloughed, or laid off for a long amount of time. I mean, it's something really to think about. Besides not having a job, I mean, that's the worst part. I mean, if you're not able to pay your bills, pay your electricity, get groceries, that kind of thing, you're going to want to prepare for that. So what I'm suggesting right now is to responsibly use whatever money you may have, go out and do a good grocery shopping trip. If you're new to prepping and you don't have a good stockpile, get yourself at least a 1 month supply of food that you know that you eat. If you know that you love toaster strudels every morning, get yourself like 4 boxes of them. Make sure that you have enough of the things that you like so that you're not fighting with everybody else that decides to run to the big box stores and grab their groceries all at once. And then not just your food, but your necessities. So say you're running low on toothpaste. Go through your house and check on everything that you use on a regular basis. Your shampoo, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your maybe you have medicines, over-the-counter medicines, that kind of thing, and make sure you're not running low on anything. And if you're getting close to running out, go ahead and get some extra. If you need Advil every day or something, grab a bottle or two. Make sure that you're not going to do without if we do have another shutdown. There's a lot, I guess, that could happen. I'm trying to lay it all out here. I'm kind of doing this like willy-nilly video. One thing I suggest, we don't have too much time, I don't think, to prepare for this. 2 weeks, 4 weeks max. So I'm not going to say get all your finances in order and, pay your car down, pay your house down, pay your credit cards down, because it's kind of getting too late for that kind of thing. Hopefully you are somewhat financially secure in that way where you're not up to your eyeballs in debt. But if you are, just do the best that you can. One thing that I would suggest, and this is not financial advice, I am not a financial advisor. If you do have any open credit cards, besides Wells Fargo line of credit, if you have like another credit card, say you have like a $2,000, what is it called, open to buy, $2,000 credit limit. Go ahead and ask them, as long as it's not another credit inquiry, ask them for an increased line of credit. They might bump your $2,000 up to $3,000 or $4,000. That gives you, some leeway in case you do have to put things on credit cards if you don't have money in the bank saved up and you are put out of work. And also it actually helps your credit score just a little bit because it lowers your utilization percentage to have a higher line of credit on your credit card. So a lot of them you can just go into the app where you manage your credit card or make your payments and just ask for a credit line increase. That way you have that money there, you know that you have that cushion. Another thing on the financial end is if you're not able to work from home and like say you're in the restaurant industry and your business is going to be shut down, maybe you do nails, maybe you do something else that has, you have direct contact with the public. If you know that your business is one of those that was shut down in the past and is going to get shut down, create yourself a side hustle. Try to find something that you enjoy, something that you're good at, and think of how you could use that to create an alternative income stream for you in case you are put out of work. Maybe you are great at knitting and it's about to get cold. Maybe you can start like an online thing where you start knitting sweaters and selling them. You could start selling them on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, that kind of thing. But try to find some kind of a side hustle that you will be able to maintain during a shutdown, just to bring some extra money in. What else now? Kind of talked about the financial, and it's, if we go into another shutdown and it is any significant amount of time, this is absolutely going to devastate our already very fragile economy. It's going to devastate whatever remaining small businesses we have that managed to make it through the first lockdowns. It's going to be bad financially for our country. Of course, all the big box stores will remain open. Don't worry, you'll still be able to shop on Amazon. I hate to say that because I do shop on Amazon, but Bezos made out like a bandit in the last shutdown. Yeah, the food thing, make sure to stock up on all the food, supplies, those kind of things that you know that you'll need. Toilet paper, don't forget your toilet paper. If you have to build yourself a giant wall of toilet paper in your closet, do that. Don't take every last roll that's on the shelves, leave some for other people, but do it now before everybody else gets wind of these very, very likely shutdowns. If you are working from home and you also have small school-age children, make sure you have a plan in place for how you're going to do the homeschooling thing. I know it's It's very, very hard to manage. I had to do it for a short time here when we had our original shutdown. And I'll tell you, I am not made out to be a teacher, and God bless the teachers. I love the teachers. Give them a pay raise, give them whatever they want, because they are saints. Homeschooling your child, if you're not cut out to do it, it is not fun at all. Um, I fancy myself to be a pretty good teacher at other things, but when it comes to getting my son to do schoolwork, no, no good at all. So have a plan in place. Make sure you have like backup computer, if they need to be working on a laptop, that kind of thing. Make sure you have a space set aside for them, a quiet space that they can study, and just have that plan in place, because it's pretty likely that if you thought your student was going back to brick and mortar school, that they're going to wind up back in the house for schooling. If there's any way that you can cut costs, whether it be remembering to turn the lights out every single time that you leave a room, turn off the TVs, raise your air conditioner temperature up a few degrees so it's not running constantly. Skip those subscriptions that you have. Maybe you have like a monthly subscription for some kind of digital thing. Maybe it be Netflix or something like that. If you can do without it and it's going to save you a little bit of money, and we're about to go into a lockdown, cancel them. If you go to Starbucks every other day and you can do without that $5 coffee and make a coffee at home, stop doing that. Try to pinch your pennies and be financially responsible wherever you can. If you have all the money in the world to keep doing these things, then feel free to do those. But for the rest of the world who needs to be cautious, maybe don't go out to that $50 dinner and use that $50 to stock up on the groceries and things in your home that you know that you're going to need for like a 1 month shutdown. Make sure to load up on all your vitamins, like your vitamin C, your vitamin D, echinacea, zinc, elderberry, all of those immune type vitamins that you may have used up by now. Make sure to have a good stockpile of those in case it does get pretty nasty. Flu season's coming up, cold and flu season's coming up anyway, so be sure to have a lot of those on hand. And make yourself a exercise plan. I think it's a good idea, whether it be out in your backyard, side yard, whatever, or in your bedroom, make yourself a little exercise plan. Exercise is good for everyone all the time. It's for all sorts of health benefits, obviously. And if you have any dentist appointments that you need to go to, any important doctor visits that are coming up that maybe the doctor could squeeze you in a little bit sooner. I know it's so hard to get any kind of appointments, but if maybe you are going through like cancer treatments or something, and you know that we're going to have this lockdown, make sure to make a plan with your doctor to make sure that you're still going to be able to get those visits done. Even if it's like you have a toothache and it's been hurting you for a little while and you keep putting it off, get into the dentist now, because it's going to be impossible to get any kind of appointments if there's any kind of shutdown, and then it'll take forever to get an appointment if and when they open back up. If you have elderly parents or grandparents in a nursing home or anything like that and you were able to go see them, have a good visit with them. Maybe they're not in a nursing home, maybe they're a few hours away. Drive out there and go see them. Make the time to do that. I think it's very important that we see the people that we want to see. I was very lucky this summer. I got to visit with my mom, my sister, and my entire family that I haven't seen in a very long time, and I wanted to make sure to do that because I had a feeling we were going to go into another lockdown. So see the people that you love. And last but not least, don't be afraid. That's why we prepare. You think about these things ahead of time, you plan for them, you do the best that you can, but do not live in fear. Read your Bible, pray, do things that you enjoy that make you happy, but don't live in fear, because fear lowers your immune system. And if you're ever going to get sick, it's going to be when you're worrying about everything and you're stressed out about everything. Now that's a scientific fact. I don't need no fact checkers in here to tell me it's not. It is. And guys, I do realize that I say a lot, and it's because I don't plan these videos out very well. I just kind of thought of all this stuff and decided to make a video real quick. So it's very impromptu. And I apologize for saying so many times, but I'm sure you will forgive me. You guys have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.